Yeah, as long as you're there to make each other feel better, then that's perfect, right? Like, never are you? Hey everyone, I'm sure that a lot of you are excited for 2.4 to come out, and a lot of you must be farming for the perfect artifacts and mats for the characters that you want. Now, I don't want to be the guy who brings down everyone's excitement for the new update, but I'm really getting burnt out because of the tedious grind. Now, I wouldn't say that the grind is tedious, but more dependent on RNG, because, as you may know, a lot of luck is really needed to get all the best artifacts and mats for one character. I want to go over why Resin needs a lot of improvement, and how to improve the grind. But ideas aren't exactly flawless, and there are some issues behind them. So one thing I want to bring up is how many things you need resin for us to farm. We have Mora, XP books, talent materials, weapon materials, artifacts, and boss materials. From that, you can already tell that it's a very long list that tells us how much resin we would need to spend. Yes, there are events that help us grind for these mats, but majority of the time, a lot of these items are limited and these events aren't always around. So please, MiHoYo, can we have more in-game content that allows us to grind for these things? So what is the typical day for your average Genshin player? Log in, do your daily commissions, expeditions, spend your resin, maybe do an event, and then log off? Well, maybe if we got a little more resin, when I say a little, just maybe more than that, we would probably spend a lot more time on this game. So I understand why MiHoYo has a limit on how much resin we spend per day, but if we had an infinite amount of resin, we would indefinitely farm until we got the right artifacts and enough mats to raise our characters. I would really, really like to use different characters every now and then, but a lot of that fun is locked behind how much resin I can use each day. Of course, resin isn't the only issue that Genshin has right now, but I do think resin is a big reason why people get bored really quickly. For one thing, increase the resin cap and the rate we gain resin. I don't know how much exactly, but make it enough so we can grind for the things we need more often. Another crazy idea I thought of, make it so we can get fragile resin after completing our daily commissions. Also, while we are on that topic, can we increase the amount of resin we get from them by 280? I just feel like 60 is kind of an awkward number, and I also have a reason why we should increase the amount of resin we gain later on. So anyways, MiHoYo should increase the amount of fragile resin we gain depending on how much of a streak we have for completing these commissions each day. But they should make it so there's a cap on the highest streak you can have. However, there is a flaw behind this. What if people miss out on a day because it makes them feel like a chore to play this game? What if they're busy? What if they want to touch grass? Well, I have a simple solution for that actually. Make it so you don't have to grind your daily commissions every single day. Simply make it so you can gain resin every time you complete them at your own pace, and have it reset when you get that streak to 7. Okay, so here's the main reason why I'm making this video. By now you probably know how hard it is to get the perfect artifact build for let alone one single character. It could take a few runs to maybe, I don't know, a couple months. So first thing, let's say that you want to find the perfect artifact build. A lot of artifact RNG is involved with them. So getting the right artifact set to drop, the right piece, main stats, and substats. So keep in mind, this is only for one piece. Now imagine having to do this for an entire set and many different characters. That would take a lot of time and investment. This is why I recommend grinding for talent, weapon, and character ascension materials before artifacts, because there's way less RNG involved, and at least you are guaranteed that your characters will get stronger. Remember how I had a reason to increase the amount of resin we get from the fragile resin? Well, here's that idea. You know how the weapon banner has that fate point system? So this idea is going to work similarly to that. Instead of having that pity system, like the wishing banners, how about allowing us to use a little extra resin to guarantee the right set to drop in an artifact domain? So I think using 10 to 20 extra resin to get the right artifact set is more than enough to keep the grind a lot less tedious. So the reason why I say only the right artifact set is because we gotta keep some of the RNG to keep us grinding, right? Otherwise it would be too easy, and getting rid of a bit of the RNG involved is more than enough in my opinion. So let's take the Viridescent domain as an example. Since I want to farm for Shao or maybe a support character that would shred resistances, I want to get a good Viridescent set. And to make that grind a little easier for everyone, then maybe we could spend 10 to 20 resin to guarantee that we get a Viridescent piece. Now, a lot of this is opinion based, and certain views may be different, but I want to hear what all of you guys think about ideas like this, and feel free to leave your own ideas as well. So, it would be really hard to create a system where the majority of people that play Genshin are happy with the resin, and I really hope MiHoYo listens to feedback like this, because I really like this game, and I want to see it improve, and have more fun than I am right now, which I'm sure that 2.4 is going to change that. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and press that red button. You know what it does, and it keeps me motivated to create more content like this. See ya.